This is going to be a bit longer than usual. It covers the usage of IceHUD, just the extra bars and icons. It then goes through how to create the bars and the icons, all from a nothing template, so nothing at all set up. Then after that, just a couple of examples of them in combat and how to use them, how to see them as DPS, and how to see them as tank. The main one, of course, the health, just a larger indicator of whether you're at 100%, 50%, or none. I like that because in Naxxramas, if you're on 10,000 health or more, you can just approximate this as 4 melee hits. And if you get underneath half, you can then look into Lip Shout, Last Stand, Life Giving Gem, Wall, stuff like that. So it gives you an extra global or two, I think, of the ability to respond. The extra little pieces I look at for IceHUD, first is a range indicator. So I look up this little piece here. When I'm in range to shoot, it'll come up. Similarly, if I've got the rage, right beside it will be intercept. So that's intercept range. And charge if you're out of combat. So I'll use those to just be at max range if need. Following that, the one on the outside is battle shout. So if I'm short of rage, obviously you'll two-step from blood rage into battle shout, but 290 attack power, always have it buffed. So that's just a giant reminder you need to cast that. The extra little ones on the inside here, heroic strike can always be queued, so it sort of always shows up if you've got the rage for it. If you're within striking distance, bloodthirst will come up like that. As soon as bloodthirst is on cooldown, it'll show that it's on cooldown for a few seconds. And if you're in Zerka stance, it'll show both when they're ready. Just here we've got blood rage, it's good to go. Now whirlwind you can cast without targeting anyone, so as soon as it's ready you can hit it. But again, you've got to be in range for bloodthirst, like that. When you're unbuffed, you can, so unbooned, you can really just cast everything continually. Choosing when to cast is really if you're not unbooned or really trying to take rage into the next fight and know you've got enough to open with a 12 rage heroic and a 30 rage bloodthirst. So you may have like a cutoff line of 42 rage as you exit a fight, for example. Leaving one fight, heading into the next and having the highest opener you can. You know, a bloodthirst and a heroic straight off is good to use. As you can see, it comes up, shows you when it's available. Alright, so to set up IceHUD, after you grab the add-on, what I'm going to do is I've just reset the profile. Yep, so this is what it'll look like straight away. So let's change some of that. Head modules, scroll that a bit larger. Alright, so first one, cast bar, just disable it. Focus cast, we're just going to go through and disable a whole heap first. Focus health, focus mana, nope, nope. Mirror bar handler, nope, whatever. Pet, get rid of it. Pet mana off. Player health, we'll leave that one on. Player info, player involve, player mana, that's actually your rage, so we'll leave that there. Range check is a number that you can put somewhere else, leave it. Target cast, don't worry about it. Target health, it's your choice. I skip it. target info, I skipped that too. Notice how all of that went away. Target mana is often their rage, so I get rid of that. Notice how the other one's gone. Target a target. Nah, don't worry about it. Remove that, remove that, remove that. Okay, so that's looking better already. So let's just go with player health first. Now I tend to put it on the left, which is already there. If you want to just straight up scale it however you like. And then just go to vertical offset, make that wherever you like as well. And then horizontal, make that wherever you like. I tend to go about there and about there. Flash. I'll just compare the settings to the other one. Alright, so I normally go with override global, clean curves, I took off animate change, so it just instantly pops up wherever your health is at the time. Take off flash below threshold, take off color by health, okay, well, health bars there. Now let's look at the second one. Let's go to player mana. So that's actually your rage. Now, if we want to show it on the screen for a moment, you can just click on config mode and we'll see it's just on the right there. So let's go ahead and scale that up straight away. Let's go to always 100 alpha so we can see it. Let's also change it to the left side so it joins it on the inside there. Vertical, let's get it somewhat close. Horizontal, also somewhat close. Now scale, if we actually make this a bit smaller, it will fit just well on the inside there. Just like that. I also take off color by mana because whatever. Cat rogue, whatever, animate change, whatever. And that one is set. Now, if you don't really want the numbers down the bottom as well, you can take off the text. I don't mind the upper text being there. And just raise it a little bit. Your own player health, you can leave it there or you can take it away. Just player health. Text settings, you can drop your actual or leave it. Both are quite good. So let's just check that one out. So we should have rage and health. Yep. We can see the rage moving, that's good. Health percentage, health number. The red looks a bit off. So let's head back into IceHUD. Player mana. Let's see what... Well, while you've got rage, it's probably best to clean that up and pick it. Personal choice. Change it as you will. All right, next let's make a little range finder. So let's go IceHUD. Let's go to create, cooldown bar, create. Okay, let's name it 1, shoot. This character's got a bow, so let's go to shoot bow. And let me look at the other screen to cheat on the settings. Display when ready. And cooldown timer none. And next we're going to just hit config mode on and off to show where the icon is. So we've seen it's come up there. Now let's go to scale, turn off bar visible, turn off bar background visible, and go to text, and let's drop the upper text and the lower text. And now we're just going to move the whole thing itself to the left hand side. So the side, let's go left. Now it's here. And let's go horizontal adjust and vertical adjust. Bang. So turn off config mode. So before this is on, head back in, go into shoot, go into icon, display icon, and there it is. So out of range, walk up, in range. Alright, the next one we will add is the bloodthirst. So let's go in IceHUD, left hand side. We'll go to cooldown, create, okay. Let's call this 2, bloodthirst, spell to track, bloodthirst. We want enabled, off bar, off visible, left hand side, click config to show the icon. Alright, there it is. We want that larger, so let's scale that up 200%. We don't need the text. We'll drop that off. We'll drop that off. Icon, display icon, because we're turning off the bar. Let's just move this to where we want it. Horizontal, vertical, and what are the other ones? We want to show when ready. Alright, while we're here, we will make a second one. So we'll go cooldown, create, okay, to BT timer. So this is the same, bloodthirst. However, this one, we will have icon display again on the left hand side, config off, config on, so it should be there. Check your spelling. And this one will actually have when cooling down and cool down in seconds. Now the text of this one, yep, lock, yep. Let's just see where that one ends up. Remember to turn off config mode to actually test it out. So when it's ready, it's there. The icon shows when it's on cooldown, which is what we want, but we also want a little timer at the same time. So there it is, bloodthirst 3 seconds. So that text, we want to move that and make it larger. So BT timer right there. So text, let's go to font size, larger, horizontal, there. We will drop the upper text because you don't need the word. The lower text will be the number. And icon, let's move that closer to where we want. Okay, let's try that. Config off, close. So Bloodthirst is up. Icon, text. Get it across. Yeah, if you put a little dash there, it'll make it easier to line up. Then when it's in the right spot, remove the dash. Wonderful, there it is. Now, the good thing about getting that right is you can actually then clone that for Whirlwind. So BT, duplicate, OK, bar name, always change it first. So 3, Whirlwind, that, Whirlwind, so OK, OK, hit config mode. Obviously it'll be right over the same location, so just go horizontal adjust a little bit to the left. And that one is ready to go. Let's also clone the BT timer. So let's go duplicate. OK. 3. Whirlwind timer. Change it to Whirlwind. Alright, config. We can see the small icon hovering over the top. So let's horizontal that a little bit. And the text. Let's do that again. Let's add $1 in. And okay. So it looks like it's in the right spot. Config off. Got enough rage for both. Thirst goes out, Whirlwind goes out, both of them on cooldown. Great, that's what we want. Another handy one to put in is actually shield block. So Bloodthirst is there. We want to repeat that for shield block. So we'll go in IceHUD, grab Bluetooth, Bloodthirst, duplicate, OK. 4, shield block, yep. Now at the moment it's hovering over the same as Bloodthirst. If we could actually put that to over the top of Whirlwind, because you can't do one or the other. You can't do both of them in the same stance. So let's do that. Let's move it just there. Actually, if we clone the Whirlwind, it'll be in the right spot straight away. So let's go duplicate Whirlwind timer. Okay, make that 4. Shield block timer. Okay. Shield block. Alright, config off. Let's try that. Now, because it's only 10 rage, that'll show up straight away. Now if we block, we see a small icon, because with scale different, and how many seconds we've got left. That's quite good. Obviously it'll only show in the stance and if it's available. But those are the basics. They're pretty helpful. Alright, looking back at the full setup that I run on my main, with a bit of numbering, there's Mortal Strike, Shield Block, one for Revenge, Charge, Shoot, Intercept, Execute, Deathwish, Zerker, Enrage, And there's actually a couple of others on the right. Now when you want to see the ones you've got set up, just click on config mode. Now these on the right side here, I actually have an icon for Priest Inspiration proc, so you can see when it's up. It's very good, lots of armor, 25%. Pally Lay on Hands, so, and most of these here are just because I'm used to it. The armor procs are on the mid right. Death Wish, Zerka Rage, or Fear Ward. If you group them together, you'll know you're fear immune from boss/mechanic. And through up here, there's the shield block, 2 we've covered. Add in Revenge and Heroic Strike if you want them. Also a Sunder Count if you want it. Execute and Shield Slam. Yeah, that's all of them. You don't need nearly all of them, just the basics if you want to use them. Alright, if we have a bit of a live example of DPS with some of the HUD. We can see Bloodthirst, Whirlwind as soon as they're on cooldown. The icons are smaller. You can see you've got Rage. At that point you can spam Cleave a bit. Also, if the icons aren't there, you know they're available when the Rage is ready. So you can see if with the unbooned amount of damage you do, Rage jumps up very quickly. But also if you don't have enough for a Whirlwind, the icon's just not going to show. Again, if you're unburned, you're pretty much just spamming it everywhere. Another thing you'll notice is when your health is clear and your incoming heals and how much the boss is doing damage or not doing damage, you can then also DPS a bit harder to get a threat lead. So we'll see at the start of this fight, not much damage comes in from Thane. So not too much damage coming in, so that's fine. So you can just stay dual wielding, throw in a Death Wish because the amount of heals coming in is strong enough. So you can adjust your play based on how you feel the level of healing's coming. A bit of example of lower Theb. You can see Inspiration proc and Lay of Hands currently. Full health's about 12,000. So I'll watch a few seconds. The greyish green is the incoming heal through HealCom. So nothing's coming in, someone's waiting, then they start casting. It's a 2 or 3 second cast. You can hover over a reactionary shield wall or last stand if you've got it. But yeah, when this is large enough, you can watch the fight and watch your health and the incoming. The main one I think would really just be the health bar, just so you are given more time between seeing the incoming damage and reacting to it. The rest of it is just convenience and not having to look around the screen as much. But if you can just live by clicking consume or reacting with a shield wall or a last stand before actually taking that final hit, it can be the difference between a raid wipe or a full clear with full bucks. Good luck.